Hello and welcome to another episode of In the Mix with John Galloway, presented by CrossBones MMA Radio. I'll be your host, John Galloway, and today, as we look at the world of combat sports, I'll be joined by my guest, William Sizemore. William, John Galloway, CrossBones MMA, how's it going today?
Really good, man. Feeling good right now. Weight's good. Just feeling great. Ready to get in the cage.
Yeah, and you're going to be doing that this weekend. We're looking at an October 31st Halloween night down at the USF Sundome in Tampa, Florida. You're going to be fighting for Titan Fighting Championship and their TFC 31 down there. Now, how did this fight come about for you?
My coach just came up to me one day in the gym and was like, "Hey, man, I have a huge opportunity." Because I was scheduled to fight my last amateur fight November 21st, but then he was like, "Yo, I have a huge opportunity for you." This came up, and I was like, "Yeah," hopped right on it. I was ready to get my dream started.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, as you kind of alluded to there, this is going to be your first professional fight. What's it like to have the opportunity with an organization like Titan to make your professional debut?
No, this is amazing, man. I feel honored. Like, this is a huge step up from where I've been, and like, I can't wait to just go out and put on a good show.
Now, you've fought in obviously some amateur fights. The majority of them looks like it's been through Breakthrough MMA. Now, when you're in there as an amateur, you might not get the exposure that you're going to get with an organization like Titan. Any nerves that you're going to have like that? Those jitters getting into the cage on such a big card?
I don't really feel like I get nervous. Every fight, everybody gets a little nervous before the fight, but I feel like I've trained hard. All the hard work's done. Like, this is just my destiny. It's what it's meant to be. It's where I'm supposed to be at, and I feel like everything's just worked itself up to like a foolproof plan. Everything's just in order, and I feel ready to go. Nice.
That's a great point of view. I like that. Now, this fight did come up it's kind of short notice for you, about 4 weeks out. Anything with the camp? Any changes to the camp, basing it on a shorter fight camp, a closer fight date, so to speak?
I was getting ready for that fight November 21st. I like to start ahead. I'm always in the gym every day, so I try to just keep in shape. And I was actually getting ready for a wrestler, and Matt Wagy is a wrestler, so it worked out perfect. I couldn't have been more blessed to have this opportunity. It all aligned great.
Nice. Now, you mentioned your opponent, Matt Wagy. He's coming in with a 3-2 record. Have you been able to have an opportunity to view any of his fights, any of his previous matches?
Yeah, I did a lot of watching on Matt. I've checked all his interviews out. I watched all the YouTube videos I could find. This looks like a really strong wrestler. I like fighting wrestlers. I always actually put on a pretty good show against wrestlers, so I'm looking forward to this matchup for sure.
Excellent. Now, you kind of went right where I was trying to go. You said you watched a lot of video on him. Is this something new to you, or did you do this kind of background check and this kind of studying with the amateur career as well, or is this something new to you?
Yeah, I take every fight pretty serious. Like, for the first few, I wasn't really in the mix, but after that, I started getting in it, and then I just started like making sure I had everything on every opponent, because I was only going to get a chance to face them once. So I wanted to make sure that one time I had everything with knowledge that I could find on them. Like, I wanted to be sure I was there, and I had all my bells and whistles figured out before I got in the ring with them. Nice. So this is the same. I'm used to this by now. It's the same thing I've been going through.
Now, for a lot of people, and when they're watching the fights, they don't realize that a lot of people are trying to balance their personal life, their training situation, other jobs along the way. Why don't you give us a little bit of an insight about how that balance takes place for you?
Well, for me, my coach made it simple. When I first walked into the gym, I told him I wanted to be a fighter, and he pretty much laid the law out that I had to either pretty much just get rid of everything and focus on MMA. So I went off that concept, and I pretty much just made my life revolve around the gym, and everything that I do is after the gym comes first. So I put my priorities, like I always put gym at number one. So I'm always in there, always working, and then everything else just falls in line afterwards. Like I'll spare on the money and stuff right now, and my living situation is just to be in the gym and make sure I can chase my dream and make sure I take every step towards making that possible.
Yeah, and you know what? You're definitely in the right path. Getting picked up by an organization like Titan is no easy feat. These guys actually take care of their fighters very well, so you're in a good place with that. Now, coming into this fight, you had a bunch of wins, and then there was a loss, and then you're back on a win to finish up your amateur career. What kind of momentum do you carry in from fight to fight? Do you carry over that positive feeling, or is it a new fight for you, so you walk in with a clean slate?
Yeah, I always pretty much like to clean the slate and walk in. Like, I don't like to ride the hype train or anything. I pretty much just every fight to fight, anything could happen. I don't want to get too overconfident or too cocky or anything and let something stupid like occur or a mistake happen that I really wasn't ready for because I got too overconfident. So I try to stay focused and just kick every fight as it comes and work from there.
Now, this fight is going to be fought at 135 pounds. You fought at 135 and 145, correct?
And also 155.
And 155. So what do you walk around at? What's your walking around weight?
When I'm eating bad, it's 168. But when I'm eating healthy, I like to stay between like 155, 150-ish. So
when you cut the weight to 135, you're talking anywhere from 15 to 20 pounds. Talk to us about the wear and tear that takes on you. Do you feel weaker going into the fight? Would you rather fight at 145, 155? What's your ideal situation?
Right now I feel like 135 is perfect. Like my body feels great. Like I've never felt this good on a weight cut. It's crazy. Like I don't know, my body just feels like it finally got normal, like or used to the cut and everything. Like right now I feel like I make 35 today, and I feel great tomorrow. Like it just comes off easy now. I may even look in the future to even better, maybe even get down to 25, but that's just talk right now.
Wow. Now, the fight is this weekend, the 31st on Halloween night. What's it like for you right now? What's your camp situation like? Is camp closed out? Are you just, sharpening up skills? Are you resting the rest of the week? Where are you at right now in your training schedule?
Yeah, right now, actually, today is my last day of drilling. I've pretty much, last Friday was my last hard sparring session. Now, this week, I've just been drilling and going light, nothing really hitting pads. But other than that, the hard work, I feel like is done. My cardio is solid. I feel great. Everything is done. I'm just ready to get in there and just rest up until weigh-ins, cut the weight, and then get in there and have fun.
Awesome. Now, you are fighting out of American Top Team down there in Florida, and there's a bunch of guys on the card. Is that a good feeling, a positive feeling going into this event with, some of your brothers in arms, so to speak, side by side, ready to go?
Oh, it's awesome, man. I love the opportunity to fight with my teammates. It's a blessing, man. Like, it's always a good time to everybody just gang up in a car, just ride out to the fights, and everybody come home with their battle scars, their victory stories, and it's just a good time, man.
That's awesome. Now, coming up on the 31st, we're going to be watching fights on a Halloween night from the USF Sundome, Tampa, Florida. If they can't get out there on the 31st to the USF Sundome, people have the opportunity to watch this fight on the CBS Sports on their cable and satellite providers, as well as CBS Sports Network on the internet, the CBSSports.com. Now, if people, miss the fight or they just want to keep up with you and, see how your career is going and see where these opportunities take you, where can they do that on social media? Where are you at?
Right now, I have an Instagram. It's at WillieBeaman_ATT. It's WILLYBEAMIN_ATT. And I also have a Facebook fighter page under William Sizemore. And that's it for right now. I'm going to be branching out to the Twitter and stuff in just a little bit.
All right. Well, when you do that, keep us up to date so that way we can definitely keep up with you and how things are going there. But we'll be watching. Again, it's going to be October 31st, USF Sundome, Tampa, Florida. It's going to be William Sizemore versus Matt Wagy. Williams making his pro debut that evening.